What happened? Alright, here we go. It's been a while. I get nervous on camera. Many of you guys know that if you've been following me for a while. So today I'm going to be talking about how I traveled with my birds, and this is something that I've been wanting to share for a very long time and I've delayed it. I'm finally here ready to share, but before I get into that, I do want to share this cute little t-shirt that I got. This list is a list of things I needed to remember to take with me on the trip. So a travel carrier, a travel cage, foraging tray, ladders, food and treats, food bowl, water bowl, shower perch, towels, oils, blankets for the night, a night light, portable vacuum wipes, and napkins. So the travel carrier, you want to make sure that you have some sort of carrier where you're taking the birds out from the car, into the rental, from your home. The next one is the travel cage. Now, what I mean by travel cage is just a good size cage where the birds can play, eat, sleep, for however many days that you're going to be on this trip. I have a large cage, so I'm definitely not going to be taking that whole cage on the trip, and it would not fit in our car, which is why we have a smaller cage that we take on the trips. Now, if you already have a cage that can fit in your car, then you can just take that one, but this is what we do. Now, we also take a foraging tray and a couple ladders. We take the foraging tray just so that, the birds have some time outside of their cages to forage around, to explore. The ladder is just an extra so that they can go up and down their foraging tray or to and back from their cages. Obviously, we need to take care of their food and treats and water, of course. What I do is I get little Ziploc bags according to how many days we will be there, and I would divide up the food into those bags. And then I'll have a separate bag where all the treats are in. Another thing is we bring a food bowl and a water bowl. For obvious reasons, they need their food bowl to eat, and then they also need their water bottles for water, so that's kind of a given. Now the shower perch, this is something that is more optional. So the reason why we have a shower perch, so we thought it would be useful to have it on the trip. We put it on the window of our car, and we would take the birds out during the car ride, and Oliver loved it. He practically stayed on that shower perch the whole trip, which amazed me because I thought he would be frightened and flying around everywhere, but that was like his safety area. So that was really great. Wilbur, on the other hand, he enjoyed being on the shoulder. That's his comfort spot, so he'd rather be on the shoulder. Another thing to bring are towels and toys. Now the towels is more for their play area, so I'll lay a towel out and have them forage around there, do tricks there, eat treats. That's just because they're used to that at home, so I thought I would bring that over to the rental so that they would have some comfort in knowing what that play area is. Now the toys, you want to have some toys in their cage, toys where they can play with, munch on, just to keep them stimulated and they don't go bored. Another thing, the blanket for the night. This is very important because, at least for me, because the birds are not used to the environment that they're going to be in for that trip. So the blanket is more there for just cover the area in the night. During the night, it could get even scarier for them since they have no idea what their surrounding is like, what to expect. So the blanket's there more for their security. Nightlight. So this is something we brought, but we ended up not using. The nightlight is usually there for them in case it gets too dark in Joshua Tree, at night it's just pitch darkness. So the nightlight wasn't really that helpful. It was still a little too dark and I was afraid birds might have a night fright, especially because there's no noise. At home we have a creek next to us, so that there's always that white noise, and we have the filter that has the white noise as well. But at Joshua Tree there is absolutely no noise. It's complete silence, so it's even scarier because any small sound can be frightening for the birds. So we ended up leaving one of the lights on in the rooms, but it's not a harsh light, thankfully. It's a lamp that's more on the dimmer side. But if you plan to go on any other trips where, you know, a nightlight could work for them, I would suggest bringing a nightlight. Okay, a portable vacuum. Now this is really important for me because birds will make mess. And especially if you're giving them treats, millets, any seeds, it's gonna be everywhere, and some of their dust and feathers. So we have a portable vacuum that we really love. I think it's the Shark brand. That was like our lifesaver. Every night we would just vacuum certain areas that they were around and it would just get the job done. Wipes and napkins to clean up their poop. Those are really helpful to prepare. But that's it. Overall, our trip went smoothly. It was amazing. One thing that I would share is make sure that if you are going on a trip with the birds, that you're going on this trip with people that you feel comfortable with. I personally would not take my birds with anyone other than my husband. We obviously care for the birds and we understand their needs, so we communicate well in how we go about certain things, such as communicating whenever we're going outside. If there's a bigger group with you, you're gonna have to run down all these rules with them, and I personally don't want to do that. I don't want to be so strict on a trip with anyone. With my husband, there's a little more understanding, you know. If I ever were to go on a trip with friends, I would just make it easier on them and just put my birds in boarding. If I'm just going on a trip with me and my husband and the birds could tag along, then I do have all these rules and my husband is 100% along for the ride. But I think that's it. I plan for this to be a very simple, short, sweet video. Thank you guys again for your love and support and for just walking with me through this journey of recording in front of a camera. If there's anything that you need, if there's any questions you have, please feel free to ask. And if there's any other videos that you guys are interested in, you can always let me know. I can't promise you that I can do them all because, as you know, it takes me forever to do a video. But yeah, and be excited for these new t-shirts. I'm super excited for them. I hope you are too. But yeah, until then, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!